Something feels off. Let's run it back. Dinosaurs, the build that once dominated the Earth server with an absolutely busted kit. They were so overpowered that the devs had no choice but to delete them from the game. But today, we're bringing them back for a full tier list. Which ones were true apex predators, and which were just flop builds that got out of the meta forever? Dinosaurs were an ancient branch of reptiles within Archosauria, first entering the game during the late Triassic, about 230 million years ago. For the next 160 million years, they absolutely dominated the land meta, diversifying into an insane variety of forms, lifestyles, and sizes. Some builds were tiny, only a few kilograms, relying on speed and agility to hunt or evade predators. Others, like the sauropods, reached over 30 meters in length and weighed dozens of tons, the largest creatures to ever walk the Earth server. They spread across nearly every continent, adapting to jungles, plains, coasts, and deserts alike. Herbivore builds developed complex digestive systems to handle tough plant matter, while carnivores optimized their jaws and body structures for pursuit and takedowns. But at the end of the Cretaceous, a massive asteroid strike, combined with global climate shifts, triggered a wipeout event that deleted most dinosaur builds from the game. Still, one small branch survived, and we know them today as birds. Back when dinosaurs were still around, their skill set was essentially the definition of a full package. Defense? Tons of builds unlocked defensive options that were straight up broken. Ankylosaurus had heavy osteoderm armor, plus a tail club that worked like an ultimate, capable of shattering predator bones. Stegosaurus rolled out with a full set of dorsal spikes that doubled as both intimidation and weapons. And the massive sauropods? They didn't even need extra gear. Sheer size functioned as a passive ability, scaring off most predators by default. Offense? Plenty of builds had insane kit variety, tail whips, headbutts, and even pack tactics that let them stack burst damage and overwhelm targets. The T-Rex's serrated bite inflicted continuous bleeding damage, while raptors like Velociraptor and Deinonychus had sickle claws sharp enough to shred defenses in a single combo. Mobility? Not every dinosaur was slow. Raptor builds could sprint at high speed with the agility that let them outplay much larger opponents. Even sauropods, despite their size, used a massive stride length to cover huge distances without draining stamina. And some builds, like Archaeopteryx, even unlocked an early prototype of aerial mobility, laying the foundation for the bird builds that followed. Adaptability. This was the real secret to dinosaur dominance across 160 million years of meta. They didn't lock themselves into one role. Some went full damage as apex predators. Others specced into plant browsing to control the food chain from the bottom up, while still others leveraged pack tactics, camouflage, or semi-aquatic playstyles to secure their niche. Dinosaurs spread into nearly every role imaginable, making them virtually uncounterable until the asteroid patch launched. Summary: Mobility A tier, Offense S tier, Defense A tier, Adaptability S+. If you had access to the dinosaur build, winning wasn't just possible, it was almost guaranteed. And now, I'll be ranking the dinosaur builds I know. Mosasaurus, the ocean boss. With a body length of over 15 meters, this build easily outscales nearly every opponent on the same server. Its jaws, equipped with serrated teeth, don't just bite through armor. They're optimized to shred prey apart, meaning almost any marine reptile or fish caught by a confirmed hit is basically one shot. Its mobility is also nothing to scoff at. Even without a shark-style caudal fin, the fluke tail plus paddle limb combo gives it enough burst speed to catch high-mobility prey like ichthyosaurs or squid builds. The only real weakness? Complete waterlock. With no terrestrial mobility options at all, Mosasaurus is utterly useless out of water. Even so, I'd still rank this build in S tier. Pachycephalosaurus, the bone-headed bruiser. This build is famous for its 25 centimeters skull dome, a specialized adaptation for PvP headbutt combat. Pachycephalosaurus can spam headbutts repeatedly, generating decent burst damage to contest territory or mates. The armored head nearly negates all chip damage, making it one of the more effective tank options in the dinosaur PvP niche. But outside of PvP, its shortcomings become obvious. The headbutt skill has zero PvE utility, since high DPS predators like Tyrannosaurus or raptor packs can bypass the dome and target its body, where defense is almost non-existent. Combine that with average mobility and a lack of offensive diversity, and Pachycephalo can't really outplay enemies with burst plus speed combos. The result is that Pachycephalosaurus is mostly remembered as a gimmick build, cool looking, fun in mirror matches, but in the broader meta, it has low utility and gets outclassed across the board. I'd rank it in C tier. Spinosaurus, the river raid boss. Spinosaurus's body plan is optimized for both land zones and water zones. This gives it insane versatility. It can farm fish builds in rivers and lakes while still holding its own against mid-tier dinos if forced onto land. Its long jaws plus conical teeth make it an apex when hunting aquatic prey, especially fish or small reptile builds, virtually unmatched in that niche. On top of that, its back sail structure likely served as both thermoregulation and a PvP intimidation tool, giving Spino a bit of a mind game edge. Water mobility is further buffed by its tail paddle, letting it dominate the river, lake biome. The downside? On land, it can't match the burst DPS of apex predators like T-Rex. In the water, it can't outmaneuver marine specialists like Mosasaurus or Ichthyosaurus. This leaves Spino in a jack-of-all-trades, master-of-none situation, versatile, but without any truly broken skills. With those stats, I rank Spinosaurus in A tier. Oviraptor, the Egg Bandit. This build invested its entire skill set into one tactic, egg stealing. With a small body size, decent mobility, and a lightweight beak, it can sneak into nests, grab eggs, and retreat. In those PvE stealth matchups, Oviraptor can farm extremely efficiently with minimal risk, as long as it isn't detected. But that's basically its entire moveset. Its claws and beak are too weak to generate burst, and its defense is practically zero. Even low-tier predators can one-shot it with a single clean bite. Its tactic is also easily countered. Egg owners like ceratopsians, hadrosaurs, or even raptors can defend their nests with team play or aggression bursts. Once detected, Oviraptor has no other play options besides running. It's an auto loss. That's why Oviraptor is firmly ranked in the F tier. Brachiosaurus, the tower tank. Towering at over 12 meters tall and weighing more than 50 tons, this build is practically a walking fortress. Sheer size alone is a massive deterrent. Most predators, even apex ones like Allosaurus or Carcharodontosaurus, don't want to waste stamina on a fight with such low odds of success. This intimidation factor makes Brachiosaurus nearly immune to direct attacks from solo predators. Its long neck also grants a unique PvE advantage. It can reach food sources no other herbivore builds can access, making it the master of vertical farming. While it lacks specialized weapons, its massive HP pool and height advantage are still enough to deny most mid-tier threats. However, this build is not without its drawbacks. The biggest weakness is stamina management. Because of an enormous body, mobility is slow and recovery is terrible. Therefore, B tier is appropriate for Brachiosaurus. Therizinosaurus, the meta anomaly. At first glance, this build looks like a raid boss. Towering frame, intimidating presence, and claws nearly a meter long, basically a legendary weapon drop. But in practice, the flaws become clear. The claws have extremely slow attack animations, are easy to whiff, and are hard to confirm hits with. Even on hit, the damage is more slash chip than burst, meaning in direct trades it can't out DPS apex predators like T, Rex, or Giganotosaurus. In reality, its claws were optimized more for stripping vegetation than PvP. Its diet is mostly herbivorous, making it a PvE farmer more than a fighter. As a result, I put it down in D tier. Quetzalcoatlus, the Sky Tyrant. With a wingspan exceeding 10 meters, nearly a record among all vertebrates, it achieved absolute aerial dominance, controlling the skies like a top-tier sentry. Its wing structure was built for gliding, allowing it to cover massive map ranges with minimal stamina cost, making it one of the most efficient Scout Plus ambush predators. In PvE, it used its huge size and air mobility to harass prey from above, from small dinosaurs to juvenile sauropods, and to scavenge carcasses. In the carrion niche, Quetzalcoatlus was virtually unmatched. Spreading its wings alone was enough to intimidate most low-tier scavengers. But when forced onto the ground biome, things got awkward. Its flight-optimized body plan made terrestrial locomotion clumsy. Slow gait, tall but fragile stance, and no real tools for defense if rushed by mid or high-tier predators. Beyond sheer intimidation, it had no burst options to fight back. That easily secures it an A-tier spot. But wait, where's T-Rex in all this? In the entire land predator meta, Tyrannosaurus Rex is basically a legend, one of the few predators to hit true burst damage S-tier. Its incredibly robust skull, paired with the strongest bite force to ever exist on the Earth server, gave it damage output far beyond most predators in history. A single clean bite could not only one-shot mid-tier prey, but also inflict continuous bleed damage, ensuring that even survivors would lose HP steadily until collapse. In Predator vs. Predator PvP, just one confirmed bite could flip the fight, even against larger opponents. Its defenses were formidable too. Massive body mass, tanky skull, and a sensory loadout of keen vision plus acute smell, making it both an apex hunter and a perfect scavenger. Its main weakness was mobility. While its top speed was decent for its size, in chase situations, it struggled to catch high-agility prey like raptor packs or ornithomimid runners. So dinosaurs were so overpowered they had no counters, right?
Wrong, 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 wrong.
It sounds absurd, but the true counterpick to the dinosaur build was the devs. For over 160 million years, dinosaurs had virtually no worthy opponents. They dominated the land meta, spreading across every niche, from apex predator to giant tank to agile striker. But like in any game, when one build hogs the spotlight for too long, the devs have to step in to restore balance. And that's when the asteroid patch dropped. A massive meteor crashed into the Earth map, triggering global AoE damage, stacked with debuffs from volcanic activity and climate shifts. The result? Total food chain collapse, environments gutted, and nearly every dinosaur build got wiped out. But here's the kicker. The devs didn't delete the entire branch. Instead, they left behind a smaller offshoot, the bird build, basically an evolutionary DLC that inherited the dinosaur skill set, but with way more balanced stats, smaller size, better stamina efficiency, and fully unlocked aerial mobility.